Pumpkins, what a pleasant surprise to have you here. We're going to speak about Hex, PulseChain, and PulseX marketing points. I'm going to really drill this home. And I'd like you to know something. Take note. Bitcoin has 200 million people. 200 million. Do you know how many people that is, man? That's more than 199 million people. Me and you, we can hold hands, eat jelly beans, do backflips, and we can talk nice about Bitcoin all day. Not going to move the price. We can't onboard enough people to impact the price. How the hell are me and you going to onboard 20 million people? If me and you could onboard 20 million people to barely move this price, we'd be doing something else with our lives. Why would we go and shill them this like giant whale coin? What about fudding? Can me and you FUD it? Nope. We can't do anything. We need a big following with leverage. Can we even really impact the price enough to change our lives? No. So what incentive do we have to move it? You know, some people will play devil's advocate and say, hey, why do you even need an incentive? Why don't you join the crew? How about you shut up and sit down? I can see you over there. You got your back hunched. Who the hell are you to tell us that we should be buying Max Kaiser's bag when he bought it at $1? Who are you to tell us that we should be buying Roger Ver's bag when he bought it at $1? Who are you to tell us that we should be buying Chamath Palahpupi's bag when he bought it at like $12 or $30? You know Chamath Palahpupi? Who are you to tell me that? Screw you, man. I don't want to go buy someone's 30,000X bag when it's 15 years old. By the way, like, subscribe, brother and all friends. Shock the algorithm. Shock it. You're my friend. You know, don't let people bully you into thinking that you've got to go do it one way. I don't agree. Are you not here for number go up? How the hell does Bitcoin save you when it is a freaking 2x? How's it going to save you, man? But see, this is the thing. They're not being dishonest. It's that everybody generally thinks that Bitcoin's going to 800,000 in the next cycle. No. I want to be wrong. Please be wrong, okay? If Bitcoin gets to even 300,000, we're talking about a minimum $30,000 Ethereum. Oh my lord. Get real. It's not happening. We know it's not happening. The amount of liquidity required is too big. If those types of money rails were activated, the US government would activate emergency mode to fight us. Let's talk about our marketing messages for Hex, PulseChain, and PulseX now. So you can see where we're coming from. It's not that me and you are doing it. Everybody's doing it. It's just that this is public, open, transparent. There are no VCs. There is no building. The inflation being dumped on our heads is from people who got in just like us. The inflation that's being dumped on our heads in XRP is from Ripple. The inflation that's being dumped on our heads in other coins are from those insiders. Solana, Polygon. Everybody can pick and choose whichever one they want. You are free to pick and choose. So do what you like. This is what I like about the PulseChain ecosystem. If it's done right, everybody would be focusing on Metcalfe's law. This is where we get some friendship. This is a very cute Peppy holding a green candle, and it is smiling at us. So what about Hex? You focus on the holders. We can see this. I would love to see data on every other chain, and you can look at it and Masari, but it's not so clear-cut with a lot of coins out there. Hex has about 160,000 holders. Bitcoin has 200 million. Doge has 4.8 million. All of it is valued like a network, Metcalfe's law. If Hex can get to just 1.6 million people, which is 10x its user base, you will get 100x the price growth, because that's what you get. P is equal to the user base squared, or N squared, whichever one you want to use. That's what happens. So that is the first talking point you have to focus on. And it is much smaller, isn't it? So that's why a lot of people say, it's a scam. It's a scam. Bro, what are you talking about? Who cares? Look, the word scam means nothing. Tell me why it's a scam. Okay, because the price goes down. All right, sweet. Well, why should I buy your coin where there's 10 plus million people holding it? Why? They don't have a good reason why, except that they're already long. That's their reason. Okay, so it's a good reason for them. It's not a good reason for everybody else. All right. Hex also provides trustless yield in a world of bugs, exploits, rugs. It's fantastic to see that there is a trustless yield option. You can click a button and you can stake and you can earn a part of the inflation. I know this sounds stupid to people out there, but humans love this. We love this idea where there's a little treasury. There's a treasury that represents a network, which is actually the coin, and everybody who commits to it can dip their hands in and grab part of the inflation. This is what governments do. But we have the option of creating these on the blockchain, and it's up to the free market. Which one do they like to choose? With Bitcoin, look at this. Bitcoin miners, they get 27,000 Bitcoin per month in yield. That's how much Bitcoin is produced. Bitcoin is inflationary. This is another marketing and talking point everybody has to keep telling everybody. I still see in comment sections and replies, people say Bitcoin is deflationary. Bitcoin is disinflationary. Wrong. Who cares? Don't worry about their words that they're using. It's the truth. Bitcoin is inflationary. In the next month, there will be an extra 27,000 Bitcoin that did not exist before. And then it will go into the hands of miners. Filthy dumpers. Of course, there are some nerds out there with pens in their pocket. What are they going to say? They're going to say, no, we need it for the security, blah, 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 blah. Who the hell cares? Wrong. Why the hell does the average retailer care about the security payment when they're dumping $1 billion a month on retail? They don't care. Who cares? All right, we know who cares. The dude who's got 18,000 Bitcoin, bought it decades ago, who is emphatically euphoric at a 2x. That's the person who cares. Everybody else doesn't care, man. There's 200 million people in Bitcoin. I promise you right now, of the next 100 million people that join, I guarantee you, 90 million of them are going to be so poor that nothing Bitcoin can do is going to impact their lives. All they can do is hedge themselves from going to zero based on their currency, which is fantastic. But that's not good enough. We're being inflated to death. So this is an option. Here's another option too. Most people won't be open to it. When they see green candles, they will. If you have 100% allocation in Bitcoin, maybe it makes sense to take an asymmetric bet. You can put like 5% into Hex. That's another option. These are the things we have to discuss when we go through. What about PulseChain? Wonderful. PulseChain, we've got to focus on its strengths. It's a cycle 1 coin and ecosystem. Cycle 1. You know, for Hex, you might say, well, Hex isn't cycle 1, it's cycle 2. Yeah, but here's the thing. Doge is cycle 4. Bitcoin is cycle 4. Hex is cycle 2. Triple tick here. Cycle 2 or cycle 4. Look how early you are compared to them. That's what you got to do. You got to anchor to the boomer coins. PulseChain is cycle 1. It doesn't have to be anchored to anything. The ecosystem, cycle 1. Endless possibilities. It's only got 10,000 daily active users. That is a strength. That tells me we are early. There are only... That number is better. Like, the real number of people who have addresses, it's about 300,000. But don't use that number. 10,000 is so far away from 1 million. That round number, man, you can let people speculate. If you say to me, Cardano grew from 10,000 to 140,000 people with no smart contracts, that should make me way more bullish on PulseChain. I'm like, wow, Cardano was able to grow its user base by 10x right? 10x the user base to get 100x the price increase without smart contracts. PulseChain has it and more. Should be able to do that in the next bull market. That's your 100x price increase. If PulseChain wants to get to 60 or 80 billion market cap, non-origin address, that's what it would be. Are we going to get there? I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Marketing messages. You've got to focus on this. Another big positive. PulseChain has 143 influencers on PulseTube. So all over YouTube. People making channels promotion. Yeah, a lot of them, of course, they got the tail between their legs. The prices are down. But you got to think, man. You got to invest for the bull market. If you're going to live based off today, you're investing like a little bitch. You're crying today. You can't make decisions for your life based on how you feel today. That is the definition of being impulsive. Those are the people who always go bankrupt. Those are the people who are always ending up in abusive relationships and just weird stuff happens to them all the time. They can never get ahead in life. It's because they can never see the future. They're never thinking about the future, 24 months ahead at least. This is where it changes. What about PulseX? The trifecta. Owning PulseX is literally owning the casino because of the buy and burn. People still don't know that PulseX has a buy in it. I saw a comment recently. Someone said PulseX is a useless governance token. They still don't know that PulseX has no governance rights. It's literally a buy pressure. You own the casino. You are literally, in this case, you are Binance. It is a decentralized Binance treasury. The buying happens. You got to tell people when somebody does a trade, it goes and it buys PulseX off the market, buys and burn. And it's a cycle one coin. You got to focus on that buy and burn. That's the big pressure about it. Also, green logo, Pumpermental Green. There's also yield farms. You can throw that in there too. Fantastic to see. The buy and burn is huge. You can think about, okay, if Uniswap does $1 billion a day and then we can get to 250 million and crypto keeps growing 10x the volume, you could look at $250 million of buy pressure every year. Those are the numbers we're looking at. If we get to where Uniswap is and Uniswap 10x is where we are, enormous. So think of more of these points for yourself. You'll come across some good ones, but I've got the ball rolling here. These are the points you're going to have to carry from now on because you're going to get called every single day. It's a scam. It's poop. Why buy it? Who cares? I mean, guess what? Here's the best part. I'm already telling you. You can say all these points. They're still not going to buy. But let me tell you something. When green candles start happening, guess what people start thinking about in their mind? Their minds race. Their minds start digging into the past. They're like, oh my God, what did that person say? That's what happens, man. That's what happens. And all they're going to remember is you saying, cycle one coin. We're going to get to 1 million users. And then we're posting those charts and we're seeing the up and to the right. And I'm posting all these Metcalfe's Law stuff. Trust me, green candles make you smarter. I made a video on this. Green candles make you smarter. They won't understand any of this now. I promise you. As soon as the candles go up, they're going to all be geniuses. Make sure you post your suggestions. Like, subscribe, but what and all. Tell mom and dad we love and appreciate them. Don't forget the Pumpermental Green, friends. We're still going to make it.